And welcome back. Let's talk news now. I share this spot with Dirk Thomas throughout this entire week. Sometimes we have Dave Robbins on as well, but it's always fun. It's nice just to sit down, two guys, kick around a few things, and that's really what this segment's all about. Dirk, I'm sure you heard in the first part of this show, I was talking about this being a political year.
Okay.
Romney, Barack clearly are the two primary candidates. There are independent candidates, so on. And this big issue, and I'm still, and maybe in some ways trying to figure out why it's such a big issue, but it's now come down where the big divide in this political season is going to be about same-sex marriage. You would like to think that maybe we kind of jumped over a couple of these hurdles, but apparently not. Mitt Romney has now clearly rooted himself as saying that marriage is between a man and a woman, that's it, end of story. Barack Obama is obviously the president who 18 months ago changed the don't ask, don't tell policy in the military to the gay and lesbian women in the military can participate in the military openly. Why is this such a tough issue at this time? Why is it still tough?
Because it's not political. It's religious. And people have very strong feelings about gays and lesbians in just everyday life, much less, where it comes into the political aspect of it. My personal belief, I think everybody should have the right to be with whoever they want to be and have a loving, happy household.
But the thing is,
or as the saying goes, everybody should have the right to be with a partner that makes them miserable.
But again, I'm not picking on our policies, and I'm not picking on our heritage. I'm very proud of our heritage, and I'm very proud of many things and where we came from as a country and what we've developed into. But yet, when it comes to some of these specific issues, social issues, we seem to be kind of locked in this time warp, and we're the only ones that are still holding on to this. Because in Canada, north of us, they acknowledge partnerships between men and women, men and men.
Why is this so hard for you to understand, though? Americans, to me, are some of the biggest hypocrites on the planet.
Okay.
We are. We talk about, we have all these issues about sex, but yet we use sex to sell everything.
Okay.
We worry about our kids being exposed to sex, like having sex education in schools, and yet when they sit down and watch a TV at night, they see sex selling everything that they buy.
And I think there was some huge number, well over 80% of all television shows, primetime television shows, let me qualify that, primetime television shows have some type of sex involved or sexual
content. Exactly.
And yet, when it comes to this one specific issue, we seem to be absolutely locked. Because, again, all of Europe, Ella was talking about when we first opened the show about the fact that this is, it's open. It's been open in Europe.
Most of the industrialized nations feel that if you have a relationship, and it's a good relationship with whoever the person is, it's okay. Okay? It's amazing that our attitude towards gays and lesbians is so much like a lot of the third world countries. Think about that.
That's
because
a legitimate point.
When you think about some of the places in Africa, South America, stuff like that, they really persecute their gay and lesbian population.
So we would never want to be associated under any conditions with certain countries, their activities, even some religious beliefs within those countries. Those are maybe the last, also some of the other areas where same-sex marriages or same-sex relationships are really, like you said, persecuted.
And it's really annoying to me because Americans have this holier-than-thou attitude all the time. We're always trying to impose our will on other people and say, you should be more like us. And then we do stupid stuff like this and you go, really?
Yeah. And this is the thing is, what I'm so torn about is I should be allowed to have my own personal choice, right?
Correct.
Now, it may be that my personal choice is a marriage between a man and a woman. Mm-hmm. It may be even my personal belief that same-sex marriage is inappropriate. But to legislate my thinking I believe is where we get into trouble, when you try to legislate morality.
Well, but the problem is, not only can you not legislate morality in the first place, but the second part of it is morality based on who?
And that's it. It comes out of personal beliefs.
Exactly. Well, basically personal opinion.
Right.
My opinion is that you shouldn't do this, so I'm going to make it a law so everybody can't do what I tell them they can't do. Well, that's ridiculous. You know, if somebody is doing something and it's not affecting you, it's not hurting anyone else, why do you care? Why are you and it's amazing that a lot of the Americans that say, well, you can't, you know, we don't want to have gun control, we want to be able to do whatever we want, whenever we want to do it. They're the same people that are saying you can't marry who you want to marry.
Interesting. So make sure you join us again tomorrow morning. We're going to be right here at Queen Victoria Pub. Have a good morning, everyone.